Welcome back to Your Real Estate COO. My name's Ashley and I'm here to help you level up your game. I'll be your Chief Operating Officer to your success. Let's dive in. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name's Ashley and I'm your Real Estate COO. Well, it's been a busy minute. Christmas has been and gone. The new year is nearly upon us. It's now, December the 30th. So it's only a couple more days until the end of the year. I hope that you've all made your goals and you've set your goals and aspirations and you know exactly what you're going to be focusing on and what you want to achieve out of next year. I know I've been doing that the last couple of days, writing down all the stuff I want to achieve with your real estate COO and also the company that I work for, setting all the goals and the targets, KPIs for everybody. So when we go back to work next week, everybody knows what they're going to be doing. And I hope that you've done the same as well. So today's episode, I'm going to be answering some more of your questions. I thought I'd get these out of the way before the end of the year. I know there's been a few questions that have been asked over the last few weeks, last month that I haven't quite answered. So I thought, you know what, let me just do a last video of the year answering your questions just in case you're looking to make that move to Dubai or to real estate and you're not quite too sure what to do, or there's still some uncertainty around the whole move. Hopefully these questions will help and the answers that I give will be useful. So let's start. Right, so I'm going to read them from my laptop, which I have right in front of me. So one of the questions I got was, how do you recommend new brokers build their client base in a competitive market? It's really plain and simple. I feel that, again, if you're going into the secondary market, you're going to be building your network from the calls that you're making from your database. So as I always say, your desk is your company or your franchise of your company. So your desk, you are you're the manager, you're the viewer, you're the admin, your desk is your business. You've got to start your business from scratch. So a cold start branch. And how you build your business is going to be from the database that your company give you. So you're going to be reaching out to many hundreds of owners every single day. That's how you're going to build your network. So you're going to hopefully have some good conversations, build some good relationships, which is going to lead to business. But also you're going to get them from your own network. So don't forget, I think I've mentioned before that you want to be letting people know that you work in real estate. Every person could be a referral and could be potential business. So always ask for business. They always start with your network. Your network is your net worth. So start with your network, see if anybody needs help with real estate and be that go-to person. But also make sure that you give a good service to your buyers, to your tenants. And after each transaction, ask for business. Okay, do you know anyone else that's maybe looking to invest in Dubai? Please pop me their number, or can I take their number and I'll contact them myself. Even if you don't do business with them, still ask them for business. Still ask them for a referral, especially if you've got along well with them. So I would say this, so build your database or your network through the people that you're contacting every single day, your own network of people, and by asking for referrals from the clients, the buyers and tenants that you're going to be coming into contact with. So I hope that answered your question. So what challenges did you face while relocating and how did you overcome them? So, God, I think about when I moved back, 12 years ago now. To be honest with you, it was all very foreign and I didn't quite know what was going on. But I was quite lucky in the fact that the company that I chose to work for, they sorted out my accommodation for me. So as part of the application, they give you a choice. They can either sort out the accommodation for you, or you can do it yourself. Obviously, because I didn't know Dubai, I opted for them helping me in sorting out my accommodation for me. So that took away a lot of the stress. I had no idea where they were putting me, but that was another story. But in the end, when I did move, it was quite a central location. I think it was located in Al Barsha, which was where it's quite central. So this is where I was based, and I actually ended up staying in this hotel apartment for a good few months before I figured out what I wanted to do. But I remember buying a Dubai book. So a book about Dubai, about living, about money, about the culture, the religion. And I remember just reading that over and over and over again, just so I could fully understand what I was letting myself in for, because I'd only been here once, which was when I came on holiday, which was for 10 days. So I didn't really have time to really get into Dubai and look at all the different avenues that Dubai has to offer apart from the tourist sites which I was spending most of my time in. So the book really helped me fully understand what I was going to be doing. And I also remember looking up like Dubai real estate and the life of a broker and watching YouTube. Again, this really helped me when relocating. But I have to say the company that I work for helped me out the most because they were there as my support throughout the whole process. So any questions I had about moving, they would help me and answer them. So I definitely recommend if you are making the move and you have chosen the company, make sure they're going to support you with the relocation process. So any questions that you have, make sure they're able to help answer them. I know that with my recruitment team and relocation team, I make sure that they are on hand to answer any questions come day or night, but also they arrange a couple of online calling sessions, like video calls, with the group of people starting on the same date. They do a couple of video chats a couple of times throughout their process so they can answer any questions, but also they get to know the people they're going to be starting work with. So it's less stress for them and it's less anxiousness because they know what to expect and they've met the people. So I hope that answers your question as well. What technology or tools do you recommend for new brokers to stay organized and efficient? I've actually done a video on this previously, but I recommend using your company's CRM. This should be your go-to place, and this should be where all your properties are listed, all your database are recorded, all your buyers and tenants are also on there as well. So you can keep up to date, you can make call notes, you can set reminders, you can book in meetings and viewings. Everything should be done via your CRM system, and that will keep you organized. I see a lot of brokers trying to use their WhatsApp business for organizing themselves, which is good to a certain extent, but your CRM system is definitely going to be the Bible when it comes to tools that you want to use. WhatsApp business is also useful because you can label all your contacts. So you can have a label for sellers, for landlords, for tenants, for buyers, for people in your company. So whenever you're looking up, I don't know, your sellers, you can put search the seller tab and all your sellers will come up. You can even go one deeper and go down maybe in a specific community that you're working in. So you can have like Springs landlords or Springs sellers, and then you can pull up all your group from one label. So WhatsApp business can be very useful for that type of thing, but also for selling your business as well, or your products. You can set calendars, you can put the properties that you've sold or rented on there, you can have a bio, links to your website or your social media. So it's quite a useful tool for you to use. Other tools which I find handy will be Property Monitor, which is a tool which hopefully your company will give you access to, which is basically where you can search for all the recent transactions that have happened in your community or your area, or even Dubai. You can do a search on month by month reports, quarter on quarter, year on year, so you can see what's been happening within your market. And it's good just to keep up to date with insights so you can give that advice to your investors and to your sellers and even your landlords. So that'd be my top 3 ones that I'll probably use to keep yourselves organized and get yourself there. What advice would you give to someone just starting their real estate career in Dubai? Be prepared to work long hours and to sacrifice a lot of your life. So to get ahead in real estate, it's not easy. So if you are going to make this your career and your job, just know that you're going to have to put your blood, sweat and tears into the job during the first 6 months to a year. They always say, or we always say, the first year in real estate is the hardest. So you're going to find out a lot about yourself. But I would definitely recommend that you ask for training, you ask questions, see if you can be buddied up with somebody who's experienced on your team. Never say no to training. Be prepared to work long hours and weekends, and just make sure that you're prepared to hustle, because that's the only way that you can get ahead within this crazy world we call Dubai real estate. What motivated you to move to Dubai for a career in real estate? So for me, I've been in real estate for 10 years before I moved to Dubai. So I'd always been in real estate. I'm 42 now, been in real estate for 22 years. So for me, it was just a no-brainer. I didn't know it was going to be Dubai. I came here on holiday, and within the first day, I realized that this is where I wanted to be. I loved the buildings. I loved how everything was so nice, new and shiny, and I wanted to be a part of it. So I then looked up the best top 10 real estate companies in Dubai. I then reached out to the top three, went for interviews, got offered the job while I was on holiday, and then I ended up moving like 6 to 8 weeks later. So it happened very quick for me, but I always knew that real estate is my passion. It's what I live for. I've never done anything else but real estate. And Dubai was just great. So I knew it's something very interesting and I wanted to be a part of it. How does the real estate market in Dubai differ from other markets you may have worked in? So as I mentioned, I did real estate back in the UK for 10 years. I worked in London, obviously the capital of the UK, and I also worked in where I'm from, which is a place called Torquay in Devon. So two different markets, but they pretty much, it's the same. I feel like the UK market is definitely more mature when it comes to rules and regulations. You're highly regulated when it comes to working within the market in the UK. And I also find that in the UK, you have your high street. You've got the shops, the real estate shops in the high street, and you find that most of the time the owners come into your high street branch, and they ask you for business. They may have seen your board in their street. They may have received a letter through their door, but in most cases they will come to you. There's no database to call off. They will come to you. So in the UK, it's quite, I would say, a reactive market. Here, you've got to be proactive. You've got to go out and hunt and farm. So if you're not used to doing that, you might struggle at the beginning, having to make the cold calls and having to chase people constantly to get the listings. So I was quite lucky because as a branch manager in the UK, I had to do the valuations for my team. So I had to go and hunt for business. So that would be door knocking. That would be going through the old database of my branch. That would also be obviously receiving inbound leads from people walking in or email leads that would come to us as a company. So I was quite used to that side of the business in terms of farming. So it wasn't too much of a shock when I came to Dubai. But if you're not used to hunting and gathering, you may struggle a little bit. But that's the main difference I find. But also, I find that in the UK, it's very much an exclusive market. So in most cases, the owner, the landlord, or the seller will instruct one company to list and rent or sell their property. And they're normally quite loyal. Unless it's maybe a large property and super expensive, they may only have one or two companies on the books with that property. In Dubai, it's not an exclusive market, it's an open market. So there's multiple agencies that will be listing that property online. So it's kind of very competitive, very cutthroat. You've got to be super aggressive when it comes to getting the property online quickly, doing the viewings and closing the deal. So it's very different, but you learn so much more within the Dubai real estate market because it moves at 100 miles an hour. So I love it personally. It gives you a bit of a buzz that no other market can do. So hopefully that answered your question. What are the essential steps to legally working as a real estate broker in Dubai? So you've got to obviously find a company first of all to work for. Once you found a company to work for, what normally happens, they send you out an offer letter, which you sign. You then start. Within the first couple of weeks, you'll normally go through your introduction to real estate training. You'll normally be assessed. There's normally a 2-week review. Normally after a 2 to 3 week review, the company, as long as they're happy with you and you're happy with them, they will start your visa. The visa process normally could be a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But once the visa has been processed, you'll do your medical, you'll do your eye test, you'll do your fingerprints. There's a whole process you go through to get your visa. Once you've got your visa, your Emirates ID will then be issued, which normally takes 7 to 14 days from when the visa gets in your passport, gets approved. Once you get your Emirates ID, that's when your company should apply for your RERA license. Okay, so the RERA license is the legal license that you need in order to transact within Dubai. Now, don't worry, you can still do deals before your RERA license is completed. In most cases, the deals will be logged under your manager's RERA license until you get your broker license yourself. Okay, so normally as soon as your Emirates ID is issued, your company will apply for your RERA exam. It's a multi-question, multi-answer exam, so there'll be a list of questions that you have to answer, and it's multiple choice. Okay, these questions can be on anything regarding the Dubai real estate market, from sales to rentals to off-plan commercial, mortgages, could be anything. So I'm sure that you'll do your training beforehand and colleagues will be there to help you, or your manager will be there to help you as well with questions before you take your exam. Okay, so that's pretty much. Once your RERA license has been issued, you'll get a card with your picture on, your unique 5-digit BRN number, broker registration number, and that means you're a legal broker and you can legally transact within Dubai. Then every single year, you then need to update your license to keep it valid. Okay, so every single year you need to update your license. So that's what you need. You need a visa, Emirates ID, and your RERA license to be a legal broker within Dubai. What resources, books, websites would you recommend for ongoing learning in real estate? So there are many different kind of, I always watch YouTube, to be fair. YouTube is a good place to start. I would definitely be looking on YouTube. You can even type in sales strategies. Olga, my very close friend, Olga and colleague, she does an amazing online training academy. So, you know, you can even look her up on YouTube. She's great. I will also be doing a training academy, which will be a part of your real estate COO brand. Once the website's been completed, the courses will be uploaded and it'll be a place where you can go to upskill yourself. Okay, so you can go to upskill yourself and there'll be different topics. There'll be a beginner's course, intermediate and an advanced course. So you can go through all the motions and you can even start right at the beginning in terms of the terminology, what RERA stands for, documents needed, all these sorts of things will be there. But definitely you want to be looking on YouTube. There's also podcasts that you can listen to and you can get inspiration from there. But also, you know, you can even ask, if you're working in real estate already, you can ask your colleagues. You know, ask colleagues questions, ask your manager questions. Never say no to training. Okay, you should never say no to training. However busy you are, you should never say no to training. Okay, so there's many things which you can do in terms of getting yourself up to speed and upskilling yourself. So how important is it to network when starting out in Dubai real estate market? I'd say very important. I think that you should definitely want to make sure that you're getting yourself out there as much as you possibly can, because I feel that without networking, you're not going to get your name out there. So I would definitely go to any off-plan launches if you're in off-plan. Go to any property networking events that you know of or that you hear of, because it's always good to get yourself out there, meet people, let them know you work in real estate so you can potentially get referrals. I mentioned in the video previously that I started with a networking group when I first moved to Dubai. And it happened I think it's once a month or twice a month, and you would meet and you'd talk about your business, your industry, and then have coffee and breakfast afterwards and exchange business cards. So it's just a good way for me to get out into the market and for people to know what I'm about. I actually got a few leads from it, which helped me massively. So I definitely recommend networking wherever possible. It's super important, especially in a place like Dubai. What are some common mistakes new brokers make and how can they avoid them? Again, keep this really simple. I see a lot of the time, new brokers, they try to do everything. Okay, let's say they get given an area of Dubai. Let's say they're covering Dubai Hills. Okay, that's their focus community. They should learn everything there is to know about Dubai Hills, different types of villas, price points, amenities, location, all these sorts of things they should learn about. That's what they should do, Dubai Hills. Within Dubai Hills, you're probably going to want to pick a couple of communities within Dubai Hills itself. Now, you might want to look on Property Monitor and find out what communities are transacting the most, and then focus your time and energy on these communities. What I see brokers doing is they start doing Dubai Hills, they make some calls, an owner tells them, oh, actually, I haven't got a property in Dubai Hills, but I've got one in downtown. That broker then thinks, oh, great, downtown, I'll take them the listing there. So they've got a listing in downtown now. They make some more calls and a landlord says, no, I haven't got a property in Dubai Hills, but I've got one in Damac Hills. Oh, great, I'll take it in Damac Hills. They take a property on there. So before they know it, they've got 2 listings in Dubai Hills, one in Damac Hills, one in downtown, one in the marina. They're pretty much everywhere. So they're jack of all trades, master of none. And I always say they're not going to be useful to their clients when this happens. Because what happens if they get a lead for somebody looking for a property in Dubai Hills and you've only got 2 options to show them, but you've got options everywhere else? You're not useful to that client. So by covering one community and only doing that community, you're going to build up stock online and off market for that specific community. So when you do get a client and they're looking for a 4-bed townhouse, you're going to have multiple options to show them as opposed to maybe just one. Because I can guarantee you, if they call up another company with a Dubai Hill specialist, that specialist is probably going to have 4 or 5 options to show them. Who's going to be most likely to get the deal? You, who's shown them one option, or the other agent from another company that's shown them 5 or 6 options? Probably going to be the other agent from the other company. So stick to one community, don't digress, don't get dazzled by every single listing in Dubai, because you'll find out that you'll just be running around Dubai like a mad person and getting nowhere. Stick to your community. It's super hard to say no, but you'll thank yourself in the long run. So when you're online and people look at your page and Property Finder or Beirut, they will see that you're a true community specialist because all your listings are relevant to that community, as opposed to having them everywhere around Dubai and only having one in your specific community. Okay, so that's definitely a tip I would give to you if you are starting real estate. And every new broker does it. They really do. So just stick to what you've been given. How did you find suitable accommodation in Dubai? So again, I mentioned before that my company actually helped me with finding accommodation. So if you are looking to move to Dubai and you've picked a real estate company to work for, ask their relocation team or the recruitment team for their suggestions or recommendations on where to stay. They will know, they will help you, or they should help you. So yeah, definitely ask a question. They will point you in the right direction and give you maybe some good hotel apartments to save money and might be close to your office or to your area. So ask them, they're going to know. What skills do you believe are essential for success in Dubai real estate? To be honest with you, I feel like as long as you can communicate, as long as you're able to hustle, the game's not that hard. The game really isn't hard. You just got to know how to play, and it's so simple. The rules are so simple to play this game. You could just got to be able to understand people, be able to communicate, and be able to hustle. It's all about working hard and working smart and being able to communicate with people and being able to identify their needs from their requirements. And that comes from the qualification, that comes from fact finding, that comes from asking questions. So if you can do this, you should be able to do the rest. This is why I found that people have come from all walks of industries, not even from sales. One of my top billers was a plumber before he moved to Dubai. He'd never done sales before, but he was trained by us. He listened to what we said, and he put it into action. And shock, he was successful. So, it's not very hard to play the game. You just got to listen, and you got to learn, and you got to ask questions and hustle. What else? What expectations do you have for your first year working in real estate within Dubai? So don't have high expectations. I would say the first year is all about learning and making mistakes and building your network. This is why I said earlier on that be prepared to make sacrifices, work long hours, work weekends. If you're going into leasing first of all, then hopefully you should be closing deals within your first 4 to 6 weeks. This is why I always recommend people who are brand new to real estate going into leasing first, because you do deals quicker, and you're able to earn commission a lot more quickly. So you're getting money coming back into your pocket. If you're going into sales straight away, it could be 3 to 6 months before you see any income coming through. So bear that in mind. If you do an off plan, it could be even longer than that before you see any money. So I would always say go into leasing first of all. It's quick, it's aggressive, you'll make money more quickly, and you'll solidify yourself in the market and your job and your career. How important are mentorship and training for new brokers in this market? Very important. Training, every new broker or every broker coming into real estate who's new should receive some sort of training. Introduction to real estate training, I call it. Every company should put you through a week and a half, 2 weeks training. Once you hit the floor, you should maybe be buddied up with somebody, or you should be on a team where you can ask questions. You should go out shadow viewings with people who are already on your team. Ask questions, see how they interact with their clients, see what kind of questions they ask, see how they close down their viewings, and learn. Use the first month to learn and ask questions and go out with as many people as possible. Maybe look in your sales board and see who's doing really well and go out with them and ask them questions. But it's training and mentorship is super important within this industry because you want to learn. Okay, so how can new brokers effectively market themselves and their services? Social media. I bang the drum about social media and personal branding. I think it's essential that every broker embraces the power of social media. So set up yourself an Instagram account, a LinkedIn account, maybe even a YouTube account, TikTok, whatever you want to do. But you definitely want to be showcasing your skills and your services within social media. Okay, so I guarantee that people who you interact with, they're probably going to check you out on social media. So your sellers, your buyers, your tenants, your landlords, probably going to check you out on social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, see what properties you sold, see what value you can add. You may even want to use that as part of your marketing tool. Okay, so you've spoken to a seller on the phone. You might then want to send him your Instagram page and say, look, check out my Instagram page and see what type of broker I am, what properties I've sold, how active I am in your community. It's going to add more value and more weight to your services and hopefully win you more instructions. So that's a lot. So hopefully I've answered some questions. These were the kind of the outstanding ones I had, which I didn't answer, but I wanted to get them out before the new year. So hopefully if there was any questions in there that you were thinking about, hopefully I've answered them for you. If you have more questions, please put some comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. As I always say, this channel is made for you. So if there's anything you want me to cover or deep dive, please mention in the comments below or email me. I'll put my email details below. As I mentioned before, your Real Estate COO website will be launching very soon. Stay tuned. So you'll be able to go to my website. You'll be able to subscribe to monthly newsletters, you can subscribe to my courses, and it'll just be a go-to place where all my content will be. Don't forget also you can listen to me on Spotify, on Apple as well, and Amazon. So you can listen to me on the go, and I upload all my episodes on there for you guys too. Okay, so we're everywhere. Okay, so I'll put all the details in the description, also on Instagram as well, and your Real Estate COO. So feel free to follow me. Hopefully you found this useful. If you are somebody new in real estate or you're thinking about making the move, do like and subscribe to the channel because we'll be uploading new videos every single week about Dubai real estate and insights and tips. Hopefully become useful to yourself. And as we go on, we're going to get more advanced and hopefully we can go along this journey together. All right, so I'll leave it there. Enjoy the rest of your 2025 and I'll see you next year. Take care. Bye-bye.
Remember, in real estate, your success is my operation. If this helped you move one step closer to your goals, smash that like button and subscribe for weekly real estate strategies. Until next time, keep building your empire.